He bent me over like a prison shower scene. Hey, y'all, Jamie here, proud 56-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off, y'all, my sugar daddy, one Mr. John Coyne, a year after we had been seeing each other, had gotten together with a girl named Stephanie during Southern Decadence and had gone to her apartment, where he then filmed an adult video of her pegging him with a 14-inch toy up his ass. It got posted, and then it got rubbed in my face by everybody in the quarter knew about this like immediately. So the next week when I had gone back to work, yeah, I was told. Immediately I was told. And John came into the bar to come see me. Y'all, I told him, I know what you did. How dare you embarrass me and make me look like an asshole in front of my friends? Everyone out here now knows what you did. Not only that, but he was in the Navy. Like, don't you care about your career? Anyway, I told him to get the fuck out of the bar. He started crying, like literally crying tears and begging and please, Jamie, please, just I'll do anything if you just give me another chance. I told him, John, you're only embarrassing yourself. You're no longer embarrassing me. You're now embarrassing yourself. So pick your lip up off the floor, be a big boy, walk back out those doors and go down the street and don't ever let me see you again because I don't care to ever see you again. Honestly, I never care to see you again. And he did. He left. You know, he was bawling. Like, oh my God, he was bawling profusely, tears streaming down his face. Yeah, it was an ugly scene. And so I'm still dating this guy, Danny. Okay. Danny is what I would consider my rebound relationship after my husband, Mickey, and I split up. Mickey and I had split up in June. Okay. And Danny and I had started dating like 3 days later. Okay. Like I said, rebound. And we had already had one big old falling out where he got very jealous and I ended up in the bathtub pulling a stunt with a weapon, and it was not smart. It was very stupid of me, but it was what it was. So anyway, Danny and I are still seeing each other. Danny has his own sugar daddy that lives up in New York, up in Brooklyn, and the guy that was his sugar daddy wanted him to come see him. So Danny had asked me if I wanted to take me and Bobby Joe and go with him to New York City. I was like, fuck yeah, I love New York. I'd only gone one other time, but I loved New York. I thought it was an amazing city. And Bobby Joe had never been. I was like, Bobby, come on, girl, we're going to New York, bitch. We're going to New York, you know? So I got off work on a Sunday morning, I believe, and either a Sunday or a Monday morning, one of the two. But I'd gotten off work and I went back to the apartment and I'll never forget, I changed into this little, like these little short shorts and little skimpy tank top that was all army camo, like camouflage. Yeah, it I don't know what I was feeling. I looked like a whore. I looked like an absolute whore taking off on the road. So we start driving towards New York in Danny's little piece of shit used car that he had bought, right? Y'all, we made it to all of Mississippi, Meridian, Mississippi. Okay. And then, or is it Merida? Is it Merida or Meridian? Meridian. I'm sorry, it's Meridian. Meridian, Mississippi, y'all. We're coming off of the fucking highway, the freeway. The transmission fell out of the bottom of the vehicle. Totally fell out and was dragging the pavement. Yeah, we had to get off and like leave the car there on side of the road. I mean, what else were you going to do, right? We go to a gas station that's right up the road a piece. And we're sitting there in like the truck stop part of the gas station and I'm panicking. Me and Bobby Joe are sitting there like, girl, not in Mississippi. Not in Mississippi, girl. That is not the place if you're trans to be broken down, y'all. It's just not. So, anyway, they tell us that they're going to tow his car, right? And they can get us a ride to the airport, which is where, yeah, that's right, the airport, which was where the closest car rental place was. So we get back on the road. We have our rental car. We get to New York City, and Danny drops me and Bobby Joe off in Manhattan so that he can go spend a few days with his sugar daddy, right? Me and Bobby Joe go out partying that night, and we got trashed. I mean, we got so trashed. She had never been to New York. I took her to this restaurant called Lips there. You know, Lips is it's famous. It's got all kinds of drag queen waitresses, and all of the items on the menu are named after famous drag artists. It's a great little restaurant. And we went out clubbing. Bobby and I got into a big old fight. I left her in the middle of Manhattan and went back to the hotel. She found her way back. She did find her way back. And we ended up making up. Me and Bobby Joe can have a fight and make up 5 minutes later, okay? So when she got to the hotel, she had actually made $300 on the way back to the hotel. Yeah, she's resourceful. So we get in there and we crash and we're sleeping. And the next thing I know, there's beating on the door. Just beat, beat, beat on the door. And it's Danny. And he's furious. And he smells the alcohol on my breath. We go in the bathroom, and he bends me over the sink and decides to test me to see how tight I am, to see if I've been fucking around. If y'all want to know what happens next, darling, y'all know the routine. Be here next time, and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. I'll talk to you later, y'all. Bye.